Welcome everyone to Devo's Weed Chronicles. I am that dude, Devo, guilty as charged. Man, I hope everybody's leaning on their favorite strain. I hope everybody's in a 420 vibe. If you are, man, you're pain-free and feeling great. And that's the way you should. For those of you who've never been in here, and for those of you who have, please hit that like button, follow with the subscription, and then the notification. Hit that notification and it lets you know when we pop up. We do quite often come by the panel, say hi in the chat, and you'd be set. This is the portion of the video that I like to tell people. Ask people, suggest. You're your own person. Don't do what I say, but consider it, process it, and then come up with your own deal. But smoke them if you got them. Cheers. Heavenly. Nice medicine. Oh, yeah. I hope everybody's enjoying their favorite cup of morning beverages. I actually just woke up a little while ago. It's pretty late in the day. I had a rough night last night. Watching all you crazy people on YouTube. Sometimes I get caught up in y'all's stuff and I can't. I just watch it. I just hang out with y'all. Anyways, today's story is going to be about back when old Devo and was in high school, and we're a small town. Okay, this is how small my school was. I went to kindergarten with 17 people. Wait a minute. Let me rephrase this. I graduated with 21 people when I was a senior, 17 of which I went through kindergarten through senior with. So, dating, it was like dating people in your family. Cause we grew up together. I mean, we've been around each other since we were little kids. So, it was kind of weird dating somebody from your class that you went to school with, so, it just didn't happen that often. Especially because our parents went to school together. And, and then when we were born, we went to school together with their kid, our kid, it's weird. It's weird. It's like dating your cousin. But I did. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I didn't feel right about it, but I did date some girls in my class. They remember. Anyway, so there was to go out and around and, when we go out and go looking for, go to another town, there was another town just like 1 mile from us, across the river Rats. We would go over there and just hang out and stuff. And so we could drive our vehicles. When we had lunch at school, we could take off. We had a closed or open campus. So we just leave, I met a little girl over across the river there and started dating her. Well, we played football against them. Okay. I'm a junior. At the top, maybe. I think I was a junior. Might have been a sophomore. Don't remember. Wasn't smoking. Wasn't doing drugs. We were doing barbiturates. One of my friend's dad was a truck driver, and he found a giant pill bottle full of broken capsules. So we just started snorting the powder. That's probably why we were such good football players. I ain't kidding you. We doped up before every game, but never used outside of a football game. So when we would go over a couple of weeks before we played these guys, we were told, well, this is before all the incident. This is why we couldn't go over there. I was going over to see my girlfriend. All right. And there was a little malt shop right next to their school, in the town adjacent. Everybody walked from the school to the malt shop. My van, I had a custom van, man. Cock wagon. I mean, this thing was sharp. I ain't kidding you. Bed, couch, TV, icebox, the whole nine, man. Everything crushed velvet. I would drive that over there. Yeah, she would walk to where the thing is. She'd sit in the van. We would all just kind of sit there and have lunch together. And I noticed when I was there one time, we had our white jerseys on, which means we were playing at home. And they had their green jerseys on, which meant they were playing away. We wear white at home, okay? I'm in the van. I see all these guys walking by, man. They're looking at my van, and all this, that. And all of a sudden, I feel my van move. Somebody kicked my van or pushed my van, touched my van. So I get out and we get into it. Their coach, which I know pretty good, was walking through there. He come walking through there fast because there's a whole bunch of green jerseys around me, right? And I'm out there amongst the middle of them. I'm like, all right, boys, yeah, you got it. I said, if y'all want to do this, we can do this. Tomorrow I'll have my whole O-line up here. I'll bring my offensive line over here. We'll rumble. Well, I go back, man, and cause I'm pissed. They kind of, they didn't punk me down, but there was so many of them. I never backed down from them. I kept running my mouth the whole time. Even when the coach showed up, I was running my mouth. I never backed down, but it kind of pissed me off to a point that it hurt me a little bit. Man, I went back to school and I spread it thick, man. I was telling them, man, they called me this and they called you that and they said this. I had an old lineman, which was the center. He was 6'6", about 280 pounds. Not fat on him nowhere. He was my best bud, okay? My partner. Me and him got in a lot of crap, or he got me out of a lot of crap. I'll put it that way. Anyway, he had a girlfriend over there too, and they hadn't been going out with each other as long as me and mine had. Beginning of football seasons when she started going out with him. Kind of odd. Our girlfriends had our half shirts that we wore underneath our shoulder pads with the, our school thing on there. We gave, our girlfriends wore those. Old worn out jerseys that we had, we'd give them to our girlfriends. Or mine had my Letterman's jacket, with all my accolades on it. And ain't nobody mess with her, at school. This is in the beginning. Well, we played them, and these guys poked us, right? I mean, they come over to our school and toilet papered our trees. Nobody saw them, but hey, it was the week building up to this. I got over there. It was like a Wednesday. We played them on a Friday. I'm over there visiting my girlfriend. I do get in a fist fight with a bunch of those guys. I was by myself. Therefore, I couldn't go over there the week going up leading to the game that we played them. But if we were playing anybody else, I could go over there and see my girlfriend. The one that was liking my buddy the week that we played them, they came over, toilet papered or by our football field. What'd we do? I may or may not have dieseled a giant 35 in the middle of their field. I wear 35. Yeah, my dad told me, you should have just put your name out there, dumbass. I was like 18, 17 years old, 16 years old. I didn't know no better. So we dieseled their field. We did this and that. It was going back and forth, man. It got so bad that, the junior high kids that played football, 3 days before us, they got caught over there or wherever, or over on our, where we live. And the junior high kids a little more ruthless. They took their jerseys, stripped them down to their underwear, made them walk across the bridge. We didn't do nothing like that, We played them. We played them on their football field. And from where that number 35 was dieseled in the middle of that field, it was kind of in the center, a little bit on one side of the 50. It was dark. I think I scored 6 touchdowns from that 35, where that diesel mark was. Anytime I was around that diesel mark, man, I was doing this. And, I scored, it was 56-6. I think they got 2 field goals. 56-6. Man, I was so sore that next day. It was a cool deal, man. I ain't kidding you. Wished I could go back. Man, if I got hit like that now, every bone in my body would shatter. I played football up till I was 35 years old. I played semi-pro. No good. No good. It probably explains why some of the content I put out. Hey, but if you like it, please hit that like button, subscription, and then share us. Me and Upstate would be greatly appreciated. I hope I didn't offend anybody, unless you live across the river and you were a river rat. But until next time, man, look up, not down. You're blessed, man. Be kind to one another. And when all else fails, try love and keep smoking, baby.